even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
About the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
On the ground, they go with Young. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on third down. The tight end in motion right. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He's got room past the 30.
And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Now a give right side. Malone.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. From the 35, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Operating from the gun. McGraw. Out to the flat for Redden. Call it a gain of a yard. 3rd and 7 now.
But you look at this defense.
They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB.
Throwing to start the drive. Wells. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Throw left side complete. That's Myers. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row and now a pickup of 8.
2nd and a couple.
Off play action. Wells. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Back to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a handoff up the middle. McCullough, 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
But you look at this defense.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Up the middle they go. McCullough, 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Young. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. So a long drive, 11 plays all told, but in the end, they come away with nothing.
And what can you do from an offensive standpoint except pat your kicker on the head and say, get them next time?
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McGraw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was,
hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Able to push his way through. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Set for the second quarter, San Diego in possession of the football. Here now, 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Second and 4. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wells. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that one too wide and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Young. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Back to throw now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. McCullough. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And it's 3-0 here in the 2nd quarter. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Now the Rio offense set to take over. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go back to Riddick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Open man there is Malone. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Malone. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Malone. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Back to throw. McGraw. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got to...
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run.
And his guys have taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
That is caught, and he's brought down. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going, and if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive. The motion man is Fowler.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he's got some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. 2nd and 11 now. Looking to throw. Wells. And he's got it. Complete to Fowler. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Operating from the gun. Wells. Touchdown! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Over the middle, that's caught by Woods. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Looking for Woods again, and he finds him. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. McGraw. Quick slant here to Woods. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw again. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get the hook up there to Woods. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Looking to throw. McGraw running the slant, and he finds Mitchell. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Back to throw. McGraw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled in. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
2nd and 3. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down, as his guys have now moved out in front. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And as you see, they were losers.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going? And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Now third down and very long.
Looking to throw. Wells. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Malone.
And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there on third down. 41 yards. That grab another career milestone for him. 900 career catches now.
All right, the applause is beginning, right? The applause is going on. That puts him just outside the top 20 all-time in the NFL. Next in his sights at 903, Wes Welker.
Rarefied air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Operating from the gun. McGraw. It's caught. Mitchell. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Back to throw. McGraw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Mitchell. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a handoff up the middle. Malone. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. McGraw. He's got it. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and run for it. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 11-yard line.
Off the RPO, he completes it.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Back to throw. Wells. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown. A big play there. 94 yards. And his guys have once again taken the lead.
For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
They'll run on first down. It's Malone, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down and 7. Looking to throw. McGraw over the middle. The catch made by Mitchell. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On first down, Malone. And he's taken down inside the 30. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. Back to throw. McGraw. And this is going to be intercepted. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. He finds his man complete. That's Young. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And this offense on third down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Wells. And he's got his man. That's Fountain. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
the middle they go. McCullough, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Wells over the middle this time to Fowler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. McGraw over the middle, complete. That's Mitchell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
They'll try the left side. It's Malone. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
75 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McGraw.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within one score.
All hope not gone yet, but at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within one score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a handoff up the middle. McCullough, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down. This is Young on the carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
At the 43-yard line.
Back to throw. Wells got his man complete over the middle. That's Fowler. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Wells. Then complete into the hands of Fowler. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
They'll run again.
And he'll be well short of a first down as he's stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. McGraw. And this complete to Mitchell. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
2nd and 2. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back to throw again. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw downfield going to be taken in by Jackson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Mitchell. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the home team here, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Rio, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.